Welcome, Jay. Elizabeth. Jen. Oh, so many of my New York people here. You're making me so happy this morning. And we're the lucky East Coast people because some of the other folks, it's 7:30, 8:30 where they are right now. So, all right. All right, folks. So I am going to get this day started. So welcome. I'm Julia. I'm the executive director of the Spina Bifida Association of Northeastern New York. I am joined by Bree Darnell. She is a social work intern with Spinini for the next month or so. But she is going to be my co-host today, as well as our other chapter leaders. So Jean is from Greater New England, and she has a teen empowerment weekend event. So she will not be able to join us for the full day, but we are joined by Carlin from Iowa, Robin from North Texas, and Sherry from Arizona. So we are your hosts, and we are so glad to have you. And I'm just going to get this day started. So if you have any questions, I'm going to ask you to use the Q&A feature. And if you want to just connect with friends or share any comments, I highly encourage you to use the chat. It's a great feature and a great way for us to keep each other motivated and involved all day. So without further ado, I am going to have Diane Glass, who's going to kick off our 100-mile challenge. For those of you who are here for the education day, this is a kickoff event to the 100-mile challenge. You do not need to be participating in the 100-mile challenge to attend today, but we do encourage it, of course. And vice versa. You can do the 100-mile challenge and you don't have to be here. But again, we hope you participate in both. This is a really strong kickoff to a 6-week challenge focused on our wellness, your wellness. So Diane, if you are ready to introduce yourself, I will pass the mic to you and I will get your slides going.
Well, thank you so much, Julia, and welcome to the 100 people who are on or will be on soon. We're just so delighted that you signed up for this challenge. And in the next 15 minutes, we're going to tell you a little bit about it. And then you'll see a video that will help you actually implement these plans. 2 years ago, in the midst of the pandemic, Carlin Crow, our executive director in Iowa, said, let's do a health and wellness program. And she came up with the 100-mile challenge. And immediately it attracted me. I'd been inside too much. I wanted to connect with my friends. And so I volunteered along with some of my friends who are on this call this morning. I know other chapters around the country have these similar programs, but when we came together to do this as one program, I think it gives it additional force. The goal of this program is to establish new daily habits. And so think about the things that you do now that are good. That's a good place to start. Maybe you eat well, you eat breakfast, you go for a walk. All of those things are wonderful. But then think about how you might stretch yourself. What could I do to build on these good habits? Could I add something new? Could I do more of what I'm doing now? And could I stretch myself, get out of my comfort zone by doing something entirely different? This program is free and open to everyone, regardless of abilities. All areas of the country are welcome, and you can join today or later if you like. This is a story about health and wellness. It's also a story about friendship. I think what we learn is that it's hard to change by ourselves or to build upon our good habits by ourselves. We need friends. We need community. And that's what the Spina Bifida Association nationally does for us. By participating in this challenge, you create an even smaller community that you can be part of as you improve your health. I like to think about this not only in terms of miles walked or the swimming I do or the class I'm taking, but how will this look in my life if I really embrace this challenge? Will I be more energetic? Will I be happier? Will I be more likely to connect with friends? In other words, envision your best self by, you could do the vision board challenge, which is a program offered this coming week. I'm going to do that. Will I be a little slimmer? Will I be walking better? Will I be rolling better? Will I have opportunities that have not been open to me before? I'm thinking about a vacation that we're taking the end of May and thinking, gee, if I really could lose a little weight and walk a little bit more, I would enjoy that vacation better. So I'm envisioning that vacation. My friends and I, when we signed up for this 2 years ago, had a great time. We talked to one another about how we're doing. We shared our accomplishments. Because it was the pandemic, we met in a park near the Arts Center and placed our lawn chairs 6 feet apart. We did all the kinds of things we could do to be well and safe. So it could be even more fun now that fortunately the virus has ebbed and we can join one another in person in a lot of different settings. I've pledged to my friends that I'm going to cook brunch for them if they sign up. So that's my incentive for them. It's important that you write down your goals. What is it that you want to do? And then what will this mean to you in terms of your quality of life? My skillful executive director has given me 2 pages of notes that I'm supposed to cover. So if I look off to the side, it's because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So I was talking to my daughter-in-law this morning. We're here in Minnesota taking care of 2 little kids. So I think I've probably done 100 miles this last week, but I'm going to start again today. And the magic of this is that if you talk about this, as I did this morning at breakfast, other people want to do it. My daughter-in-law said, can I do this? Well, of course you can. And then Soma, who's 10, and Radia, who's 7, wanted to sign up as well. I think we're all looking for a way to feel better, to look better, but it takes something like this, a structure, for us really to make the commitment to do it. So get your kids involved. I don't have kids myself, but by virtue of marriage, I have 2 grandchildren. As I just mentioned, they call me grandma. And I would like to think that I'm setting a good example for them by doing this. One thing that Carlin wanted me to be sure to mention is my age. I'm a sort of a poster child for longevity in my chapter. I'm 74 and I have spina bifida, and I still feel like I have room to grow. I want to envision a brighter future for myself and certainly for those that I can be a role model for. Get out of your comfort zone. That's one of the recommendations here. So think with me for a moment about what that might look like. So I swim most days, which is good. I walk a little bit. I need to walk more, but what would it look like for me to get out of my comfort zone? Well, I thought about this. I play the piano. I live in a building with a lot of other people. I could play the piano in the lobby and provide some entertainment. Would that get me out of my comfort zone? Big time. I guess I'm supposed to be using these slides. Okay. So I've set goals, right? Keep going here. Do it with friends and get your kids involved, get out of your comfort zone. So let's pause here. So this is my friend Rhonda from Iowa. And I interviewed Rhonda once for a slideshow, and she said something that has stuck with me for several years. She said, you know, as you get older, and she's talking not just about people with spina bifida, but everyone, as you get older, your world gets smaller unless you make an effort to get out of your comfort zone. And Rhonda is a perfect example of this because she has traveled the world promoting and making available wheelchairs for people that need them. And that was a considerable challenge for her. Traveling itself is hard. Having accommodations made for her when she arrives. And so Rhonda is my role model for getting out of your comfort zone. Now, I don't think I'll be traveling to other countries, but playing the piano for other people, taking a Tai Chi class, you can get miles for that. It's not simply about exercise. It's about stretching yourself and seeing yourself in a new way. So sign up for all the programs. We're on slide number 6 now, I think. I was telling you about the vision board workshop. That's this coming Monday at 5:30. Now, you may have done a vision board in the past. I have, but I haven't done one for a few years. And this might be the perfect opportunity to say, okay, what will life look like for me if I commit to new daily habits and pursue them even after this challenge is over? So look at all these possibilities. There's two webinars or programs a week. Ideally, you decide now, what are you going to do, and mark it on your calendar so that when Tuesday arrives, you know, oh, I'm going to participate in this workshop at 5:30. So the tracking system is excellent. Slide number 7. Okay. So you see all the possibilities here, not only exercising, but nutrition, moving, sleeping, hydration, well-being. I think look through this and decide which ones are ones that you're doing now. Maybe you could increase your commitment to them, but try something new. Are you not a good breakfast eater? Maybe that's a good place for you to start. I think in setting goals for the 6 weeks, I would start with smaller ones the first week. So if you're not a breakfast eater at all, maybe you say, well, 3 days this week, I'm going to eat breakfast, and then work up to every day. We need to set goals that are achievable, that we can be motivated by, but not that are unrealistic, so we get discouraged. So start in a smaller, but grow each week. So you're going to ideally look at this every day and review what you're going to commit to that day. And then every evening, slide 8, you're going to record what you actually accomplished that day. So this person, for example, has achieved 17 out of the 100 miles. And post pictures of yourself. Do we have some pictures? We have a bulldog, Lou, in Iowa who has spina bifida. And he has signed up for this program, and he has committed to taking his owner for a walk every day for 3 miles. I'm making this up, of course, but Lou is a darling dog, and we take him to events, and the kids love him. He's been entered in the Drake University Bulldog Contest. He hasn't won, but he's a perfect example of endurance because he enters every year, even if he hasn't won the previous year. So endurance is part of this challenge. I think this past week, taking care of my grandchildren has been a good example of endurance. They have worn me out, but here I am, and we are going to an arts and crafts show today where we will log a lot of miles and maybe spend a lot of money. So post pictures of yourself, have fun. Number 10. There I am, having fun with Lou. I don't know if Carolyn selected this particular picture of me because I look like Lou, but I kind of do, and that's all right. So having fun, one thing that maybe isn't on this sheet that I'd like to talk about is setting a reward for yourself. Now, when I talked with my grandchildren this morning about it, they immediately went to skip school for a week, other things that weren't possible. But as we talked about it, we got, well, maybe Mall of America, maybe more specifically the Nickelodeon. My daughter-in-law wants a massage when she's done at 6 weeks. I've talked to my husband about going to a bed and breakfast overnight. I think that would be a good reward. Something that would be lovely, that you would have fun doing, but that also would be healthy for you and good. Relaxation, fun. I really wish that this were a dialogue, because I know there are all these people out there and I would love to hear from you. Maybe you can tell me what you're thinking, Julia, help me with this.
Yes.
What haven't I covered that you think is important? And Carlin, please jump on here.
Well, I didn't post Big Lou's picture with you, Diane, because I thought you looked alike. It was because you were having fun. That was
okay. All right. Well, I'm teasing. But Big Lou is darling, so I'm happy to be side by side with him. And I don't have a dog to walk, so I have a cat, and we play. I probably can get a mile for that occasionally. And by virtue of no one's authority, I give everyone a mile right now for listening to this presentation and smiling and being willing to give this a try. You will really have fun doing this. Mary and Carol and Denise, my friends, and I really had a great time doing it. And I look forward to cooking brunch for them and congratulating them on their weight loss or their increased exercise or their new hobby or whatever it is they decide to do. So questions, comments?
Yeah, so Diane, you did an incredible job, and the dog comment really, really made me laugh, and people are only saying positive things. The one thing I want to clarify for people about the 100-mile challenge is this is a wellness initiative. Similar to some of our other programs, how it works is you can raise money. We have a small goal of raising $100, going 100 miles for 100 people. So across the board, we have our 100 people. We have the tools from Diane and everything we put together to go the 100 miles. The $100 in 100 miles might get you eligible for a water bottle or a t-shirt, but it is not required. So to my New York folks, I just want to apologize because what said donate to support an individual, because people can pledge to help you. They can say, I'm going to donate $1 for every mile that you do and support you in that way. It is not required. And where it said, I want to support an individual and not register, those links were switched, so they should be fixed now. So there is a fundraising component. It is not required. It is completely up to you. There are some people who do want support to go the 100 miles and make that pledge. And there are some cool incentives along the way that you can earn if you raise $100 and reach 100 miles. So that was the only question that we really got during your presentation, which I think states just how well put together it was, Diane. Thank you. Oh, it looks like Carlin has a question. Go ahead, Carlin, or a comment.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, this is Carlin from Iowa. I just wanted to, there's some comments about us not being able to see each other on this Zoom today. And for the seminars that we're hosting throughout the 100-mile challenge, you'll have the opportunity to see other participants and engage with each other and connect. That was a really important part of this program and why we wanted to pull it all together with our chapters across the country, is to help our Spina Bifida community connect with others. So just wanted to let you know that that's an important part of the next 6 weeks, that you keep in touch with each other and with us, and we hold each other accountable for our 100 miles, and also get to know each other and share your rewards and your challenges.
Thanks, Carlin. And yes, so this is a webinar and not a typical Zoom. So that's why we don't have access to each other's pictures and all of that. Additionally, I just put in the chat for everyone the program calendar. This is packed. There are so many opportunities to accrue miles and, you know, again, connect with the community. So it's in the chat, it's in the Q&A. We have a ton of programs coming up that are, a lot of them are, you know, inclusive of all abilities. So that's another really big component of this is whether you have Spina Bifida or not, or you're a family member, we're doing this as chapters to help promote health and wellness, but this is for all abilities. And it's really flexible in how you can accrue miles, because as long as you're focusing on your health, that's the primary goal. So it's amazing to see so many people who are interested in that. Yeah. And you will be able to see who's participating in your chapter when you sign up for the 100-mile challenge on that page. So unfortunately, we can't see people today, but you can get an idea for who's showing up there. So we have one more in the Q&A. I'm just going to check this quick. Oh, my mouse isn't working. All right, open questions. Can people still sign up for the challenge? I was going to share it with my other Miss Wheelchair USA sisters so we can all do it together and support each other. Yes, Christy. Yes, please, please, please. It's never too late. I think along the whole 6 weeks, we've made it kind of easy to get 100 miles. So as long as you're committed and motivated, you have all the tools and resources through this challenge. Amy, I am actually going to show you a quick tutorial video right now, and that is going to show you how to use PledgeIt and how to post your miles and how to post updates. So Diane, do you have any closing words for our guests today before I play the video?
Well, I want to hear from all of you. Please let me know how you're doing. Communicate with your executive directors, communicate with your friends. Let's make this a community celebration.
Yes. All right. Questions are done. All right, great. So let me share our video. So this video was done by Teresa from PledgeIt, and you can get an idea. We'll share this with you too. All of our, this day is being recorded, but all of our videos, the slides from Diane, they will all be accessible to you as part of signing up for the program. So here is our PledgeIt video.
Hi there, my name is Teresa.
I just realized I'm not sure if I shared my sound, so I want to make sure I do that so you can all hear this. Now, without further ado.
And I'm with the team here at PledgeIt. In this tutorial video, I will walk you through how to register for the 100-mile challenge, log your activity, and fundraise for your chapter. You have a ton of different ways to reach 100 miles during the challenge, whether that's through exercise, nutrition, sleep, or something else. It's totally up to you. To get started, navigate to your chapter's page and click register. Enter your email address, followed by your first and last name, any password you'd like, and click create account. Next, you'll indicate your fundraising goal as well as your mileage goal. So depending on whether you're walking, running, cycling, logging hours of sleep, you can go ahead and input what feels right to you. You can always change this later on. Next, depending on the way you plan to track your activity, you have the option to connect to an existing Strava account. You can always do this later, so for now I'm going to skip this step. Next, it'll ask you how often would you like to be reminded to log your activity? Every day, every few days, once a week? PledgeIt will send you an automated reminder that links you right into your page to track your activity. For now, I'll say every few days. Go ahead and go ahead and answer the questions that are outlined in the registration process. This might vary chapter to chapter, but hopefully you get the idea. Next, it'll walk you through setting up your individual page. You can add a profile photo. You can personalize the bio that's on your page. Swap out that cover photo. But again, you can always come back and do this step later. And that's it. You are registered and ready to go. This is what your page will look like once you're registered. Again, it might vary chapter to chapter, but the general format remains the same. At any time, I can edit my page, whether that's making changes to the photos, personalizing that bio. Maybe I need to increase my fundraising goal or decrease my activity goal. I can make those changes at any time. We make it super easy for you to share to your social media channels. You also have the option to invite friends and family to make a gift using this button here. This URL is totally unique to you, so feel free to share it as you wish. By clicking the Updates tab here, this is where you'll be logging your activity. So you'll notice we're kicking off today. I'm recording this a bit in advance for you all, but you will be able to have the option to log your activity starting today through May 14th. So when you log your miles, if you'd like to add a little blurb about where you went or who you were with, feel free to do so. And feel free to add any media to your event, whether that's a selfie or some other type of social. When you post this update, you have the option to simply share it to your page or send an update to anyone who supported you. It's a great way to keep supporters engaged throughout the campaign. When someone makes a gift, you'll be able to see that by clicking on the Donors tab at the top. You'll see any donations that come in right here with the ability to send a thank you note right from the platform. If you do opt to invite anyone to make a gift from the platform, you'll be able to see who has made a gift and who has not. Again, be sure to log your miles actively throughout the campaign. We are here to help with any questions that you have. But until then, best of luck with this year's 100-mile challenge.
All right, so that was our tutorial video. I really hope that that gives you some clarity. That gives you some clarity on how to use the PledgeIt site. Again, that video will be shared with you as well. So we have a few more questions coming in. I'm going to answer them quick before I pass the mic over to Bree. Will a link be sent to us for this website? Yep. I will type that in the chat right now. It is 100 miles for SB.org. Oh, Sherry and Robin are on it. I don't even need to worry. And I just wanted to share another from the Q&A. It is very commendable to mention that getting your kids or family members or even friends involved in doing this challenge. It is my first time attending a webinar concerning wellness from a foreign country. Well, welcome, Jester. We're glad to have you, and we're glad this is accessible to you. And we hope that you can get involved with your friends and family as well. And I just want to say, sorry, I read another question. The activities are on the website. So, oh, that's what I was going to say. Regardless of whether you're affiliated with one of our chapters or not, you can participate in this program. We have set up individual pages for each of our chapters to just track and communicate with a little easier. So I have a page for Northeastern New York. Carlin has a page for Iowa, Jean, Greater New England, etc. If you go to 100 miles for SB.org, you can select a chapter to participate with. If you don't have a chapter, you have free choice. You can choose one that's close to you. You can choose one you know your friends are doing, but that is only for tracking and communication. You are going to be getting the same messages the same programming and the same opportunities from all of the chapter leaders. We're just collaborating on this. So it's okay if you don't have a chapter. And it's okay if you're participating from anywhere across the world. That's the point. We had another question come in. I'm not seeing any other questions on here. Are we supposed to, or is it just for the panelists? So I'm not sure, because I'm a panelist, but when I go to Answered Elizabeth, I can see all of the questions and answers. So why don't you look there? Let me know if that works. If not, what we'll do is just start using the chat feature instead, which is a-okay. Jennifer had a question. If we do this as a family, should we sign up as a team? I think that'd be great. Absolutely. You can sign up as individuals. You can sign up as a team. Definitely. All right. It seems like that is our questions now. So you can continue using the chat and Q&A for the duration of the day. But we are going to start moving into our education day. So I am going to promote our first presenter to be a panelist, and we will get this day started. So Bree, off to you. Thank you, everyone.